it started with the script. Just a kind of well-written script that kind of just pulls at your heart and at the end leaves you feeling really good. A drama that was kind of a very strong lead role, and the journey of the character from going from a regular kid to college student who goes down the wrong path just one time and kind of sets his life on fire, and then is able to turn that around with the love of another woman. It just worked out. It just had so many layers. Without adversity, God can't show you what He can do. And I think it's one of the things that Joe and I talked about. His advice was, I just pray for you, and I just want people to see this movie and be inspired to help out in their own communities. And so, as an actor, that's not everything you want to hear. You want to hear something more. You want to hear something more, but then you realize, no, that's good. That's good. That was just what I needed. We hung out, together on set before we shot the movie. We hung out for a couple of days, and he took me around to some of the neighborhoods that he's really trying to make an impact on. And great guy, great guy. My honor to play Joe Bradford.
You spoke about the community. Did your role have any impact on how you want to interact with your community?
Yeah, I don't want to interact at all. Yes, it did. I've worked with certain organizations in the past, and if anything, it's kind of made me even more passionate about what can I do to try and help out with the organizations that I am working with. And one of the organizations I work with is the Lustgarten Foundation, and they are working against the fight to find a cure for pancreatic cancer. And shortly after my next project, I'm going to New York to start a PSA campaign with them. So that's acting kind of just feels a creative juice, but it doesn't cure cancer. So you have to do something that really matters sometimes. I've always tried to do roles with impact, and again, unconditional. First time you read this script, you're like, wow, this is an impactful role, and this is an impactful script, and hopefully the story will have impact on those that see it and make them want to go out and be an impact to their communities. Little Jesse Jackson, I think. We lost our way. Fatherless children should not happen. For whatever reason, I can't judge people in the way, for some people it doesn't happen intentionally. But babies raising babies doesn't help. That's for sure. That's a wicked cycle. I think mentoring and being a big brother and doing all you can to try and give back is how we can raise those without the parents, those without the mothers and the fathers. We always talk about the fatherless children. There are a lot of children who are being raised by their grandmother because their mother's not there either. So it's not just fatherless children. There's a lot of children who have no guidance whatsoever. Anytime you set out to do a movie, you definitely, especially an independent film, you hope it gets distribution. It doesn't always happen. It just doesn't. Was I shocked? Not really. Not really. More so because Joe, and the stories that Joe would tell me over and over again, every time we would talk, I was like, listen, Joe, I hope this works, man, because I really, I want you to get your due. And he would just be like, it's out of my hands. And I was like, all right, why is this gonna happen? So, it's somewhat been ordained, and this is just, I guess, God's will coming to fruition. And we'll see what happens on September 21st. But I look forward to it. It has been a while since we shot, so yeah, it's been 2 years. But sometimes, I think it was 2 years before Takers came out, and that landed pretty well. So I have confidence.